All right, everyone. Nate and Beth stopping on by, coming your way to continue our reviews of Friday the 13th, the series. In this case,
Season 3, Episode 8, Night Prey?
I think that's correct. And before we get started, I'm currently dealing with a spring cold, so in case you're wondering why I'm so low energy and boring, that's why. So maybe having said that, maybe I'll hand it off to you and see when I want to join in.
Well, this episode actually kind of struck one of my favorite characters. It's a vampire kind of episode. I guess I was kind of right. I said a dagger.
Oh,
The cursed item is a cross of fire, which is a cross with a dagger in it.
Retractable blade.
Retractable.
They screwed up the line earlier. They said that the cross's blade has a retractable blade in it or something.
Well,
They
you would
should've-
find. I didn't even
They
pick
should
that
have
up.
they should have said the cross's. Anyway, go ahead. Even in all
It
my
starts out kind of
sickness,
confusing
I
because Jack's
heard
sitting
that.
by a river and like,
Yeah,
oh, it's all mixed up. It's good. It's evil. It's evil. It's good. What starts? What ends? Where's the beginning? It's then it goes back in time to like what 1960?
69, and what did we
69?
think?
Said it was a younger Jack
Yeah,
because
we
it was a
thought
guy with
Demi
beard
Moore,
and mustache and a young.
Demi Moore look-alike. I really hope this woman went on to be a double for Demi Moore.
Yeah, she was cute. And then she gets swept away by a vampire. And this guy spends 20 years tracking him down. I'm
Then it
doing
cuts.
a fast forward.
Yeah, that's fine. It
So
cuts
it-
to
20 years later versus present day.
The
So
whole-
that makes
then-
Nate happy.
Yeah, it's very true. What's so funny is we thought it's Jack, and then 20 years later he's like the same age, and we're like, what the fuck's like?
Yeah, turns out not to be
then,
Jack.
Then I'm like, maybe they put the 20 years later in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
But then what's with the 80s vehicles?
Despite his spring cold, he still has his
Discernment.
sense of humor. So the guy spends 20 years learning everything about vampires and how to kill them and how to, and I don't know how many vampires he's killed, but I mean, there's 10 kills altogether in this episode.
Which could be
speaking of which, could be.
A record for the series. Where
Season 1 had one with a lot of kills in it too. Can't remember. And of course, the person who finds the object is one of the kills, but I don't know. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it was a lot of filler.
Agreed.
Jack's friend, the priest, got killed when the guy got compelled to steal the cross from a church, and it had to be that church and that cross and that priest. And
Well, we should probably say...
everything kind of fell into the manifest, of course.
We should probably say, that's
Go ahead.
It always happens, doesn't it? We should probably say that the guy he's been tracking for 20 years is the guy that turned his wife into a vampire.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you say
what.
that?
Yes.
Pardon me. If she did in fact say that, it's because I'm not all here. But
Right.
so took him 20 years
To find him, track him down and find him to this club, and he was like pretty close to the church, and there's a lot of little details. Johnny's kind of second fiddle to
I know.
everything.
This is like what, episode
Like,
8, and
hey
I'm
guys,
like, I got a
bought beer and
pizza.
pizza, and Jack's like,
I'm not
not
hungry.
hungry. I don't want any.
Is
Oh,
he just?
his friend just died this morning. It was the priest. Jack's friend was the priest that got killed
It's-
by the wild man with the
it's
gray
like-
hair and beard.
Is Johnny ever gonna get in with their good graces? He's always like well, you're not Ryan, so we'll give you the cold shoulder.
I don't know. I mean, it's the way the episode's running.
And then later on, this guy is probably like in his 40s, punches him and takes the cross from him. It's just like, I thought Johnny's supposed to be the young macho man, but
Well, yeah, because, okay, here's it. The vampire kind of uses Jack to his advantage because Jack was looking for the cross, and if the guy doesn't have the cross, then because the guy got his girl back and like hides her in some kind of sacred circle of keeping the vampire safe. So the guy in the 40s with the beard that we thought was Jack finds his wife. She is a vampire.
Sucking on
Kills the
some.
vampire chick that she was making love to.
No, it wasn't
Yeah,
making
it was
love.
an
Is that what vampires, how
yes,
they make love? By
vampires
sucking
make
neck?
love, yes,
Oh,
like
that's
that.
boring.
Well,
All the
you
reason
can learn
more
a
not
thing
to
or two
become
from
a.
them. Anyway,
Just
so
let
he
that one
kills
go.
her female vampire friend, whatever. Kidnaps her,
Vampire friend.
brings her to a warehouse and keeps her safe. So the vampire dude's like, oh, what was his name again? So he goes to the
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
antique shop to talk to Jack. Jack and Mickey are standing in front of a mirror, and Mickey's enchanted by him, so all she sees are his vampire eyes. Jack looks past them into a mirror, and all he sees is Jack and Mickey. So, oh my goodness, he must be talking to a vampire. And Jack gets holy water and follows him to the warehouse, and it just becomes a clusterfuck of who's killing what, and it's crazy.
It is like, even if I wasn't under the weather, it'd be hard to keep track of. Like
It
you
was
being
hard to keep track of
you
all the
being
kills.
not under the weather. How was it?
It was
watch?
a clusterfuck of kills.
What-
Because not all the kills were vampires. Like, the guy was killing vampires. Vampires were killing humans to feed. Jack was killing the good bad guy to get the cross back. And then he let the female, like, he could have easily done holy water on the female, and then all the vampires would have been dead. But he, like, let her live to see another day.
Well, one thing I will say about this is it does present an interesting point of view in their work that they've been doing, where it's kind of like he started the episode talking about, the good and evil is blending. Where does one begin and one end? And at what point do we just stop killing and give a vampire lady a break? But
And just stop hunting the objects. I mean, this is the final season.
Did we say the one cool aspect that I wasn't really liking it very much until the end, which I thought was cool. So his intention was to kill the vampire that made his wife into one in hopes that she would become no longer a vampire. And then,
right, and we're like thinking, then the cross
got taken away, so then he wants her to turn. He figures his best protection against the vampire is becoming a vampire.
Yeah. If you love me, you'll let me go. If you love me, you'll let him live.
So then she bit him, and he became a vampire, only for the two
alpha vampires to
do a hoppy hop fight, just hopping all over the place. Beth said something about Lost Boys much?
A little bit Lost Boys there, yeah.
And only for, I can't remember who, does the husband kill the vampire, or does he just...
Because the female's like, if you love me, you'll let him live. So he had an axe to chop off his head.
Oh, that's right. And he broke
breaks
it.
the axe, and then the husband takes the axe,
which is now a wooden stake.
Wooden stake, and stabs it through older vampire's heart, and he turns into like dust. I mean, because I think the longer they're vampires, the more dustier they get quicker.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if you kill a vampire and they barely deteriorate at all, it might have only been a vampire for 6 months. But if they just deteriorate into dust, maybe
6 centuries,
thousands of years.
But that was kind of a cool aspect of it, because that just answered our question, because she was still a vampire at the end, even though the vampire in the beginning that turned her was killed. But she stayed a vampire, so he would have had to kill them both.
But then what did I say? It might take 12 or 24 hours for the vampire to wear off. I don't know all vampire rules.
I don't either.
Wow.
Well, different myths have different legends, and different legends have different stories,
myths, okay.
and different stories have different endings. And I think I just did a full circle. So I liked it. I like vampires. I'm gonna give it a full thumbs up. I,
Let's see here.
there's a
Where's
little bit of filler, but even they did keep the vampire lore, most of it anyway.
Yeah, maybe I was just gonna say, every time they go to that rich guy's house, it's always classical music. Maybe that's the era he was from. Just
Could be.
come to think about it.
Could be. He's more comfortable with opera, like maybe what 1800s, Mozart time.
17, I don't know,
Mozart
16,
time?
17. Yeah. Oh, and I should also say that the theme of the episode was kind of this classical piece that was featured in the Kubrick film Barry Lyndon.
Of course, you would pick that
Of course,
out.
I would know that, even in all my spring sickness. But
He's getting better. Should we bring out some Monty Python? Bring out your dead. I think I'll go for a walk.
Maybe not.
That's all I remember from that quote, anyway.
I think someone being me's got to do their thumbage for this.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I didn't really like it at all because I don't like vampires. But one thing I will say is the end was fun, where it was like, switcheroo. I'm gonna kill the guy so you can be human. Okay, well the cross is gone, so we better make me a vampire so I can protect you. Only for a guy to die, and you either be human or not. So that was fun. But still, with all that, I can't go any more than like a whatever, quarter thumb. So somewhere in between 7 and 8 on the old clock. Quarter thumb. Beth's got a pouty lip. I mean, don't take it personally.
I don't.
I mean, I don't like vampires and
All right.
a lot
So
of drama.
That's fine. So what's coming up on the docket? We got episode 9?
Next episode, which would be probably 9, is
Femme Fatale. Ooh.
that's gonna be a babe, a cursed babe.
But what would Femme Fatale? Oh my goodness.
What could the item be?
Well, they already had the shard of Medusa back.
Well,
Maybe
it
it's
comes
something
again.
else. Maybe it's a lock of, what is it, Mona Lisa's hair. I don't know.
Who the hell knows?
I've
kind of given.
This is the first time I really don't have an actual guess.
I kind of given up guessing. Plus, I'm under the weather. Gotta.
So I'm going to say a ring. A female's ring, just to guess something.
Okay, I'm not gonna guess anything.
All right.
Well, we talked for 15-something seconds. I hope I get well soon.
He will. He's fine.
I was worse yesterday, wasn't I?
You were. And thanks for listening to us jabber for approximately 13 minutes. Hope to have you guys listen to us, and see you next time.
I think we've hit 13 minutes, so thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.